Hey everybody, welcome back to another Diecast review. This is finally here. It's Joey Logano's Martinsville race win from last fall. I'm not sure, they've been out for a little bit now, but I guess mine just took a little bit to get here, so finally here, time to take a look at it. So the car comes with the confetti that you see all around the back. They will not do these on 2019s, just 2018s. Joey Logano, first day to 500 winner. Started 10th. Led 309 laps and won by a tenth of a second. Obviously, we all remember this finish. This was the race with Truex, and I'll talk about that here at the end. But it was his 20th career Sprint Cup Series win. Elite card there. So let's get on to this beautiful diecast. We'll start with the box and go over from there. So we've got a standard Elite box from 2018. I mean, obviously they switched it to this style instead of the smaller one for damage and stuff. But there you see. Shell, Pennzoil, Create Energy, Martinsville win. Not sure why they need Create Energy. But whatever. One of 244 standard finish. Let's get on to the diecast here. So, on to that. It also does have a winner sticker. Mine was a little bent. I just have it sitting in a cover right now trying to straighten out. But it does come with the winner sticker. So, down our left side here, as you can see, the 22 is fairly tall, which I think is nice. They got the nice tall 22 on here. That's my first notice. We do have some rubber and kind of beat up marks. It's a short track, Martinsville. So, we got the Monster Energy Playoffs, round of 8. Playoff markings on the windshield. There you see the NBC logo. Instead of the emoji. I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that. I think that's really weird that they have these teams putting NBC on their car, because like Fox didn't get their name on the car. I mean, is this something that they pay NASCAR and NASCAR forces each team to get sponsored by this, whatever they want? I don't know. It's a little strange. So, not sure the details on that, but it's definitely, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. If anything, put it as a license plate or something right here. Looks good there. We'll get into that too. But yeah, I don't understand why they do that. It looks kind of weird. 2 winner stickers up there. This was his second win of the season. There you can see the confetti all over the back here. Goodyear lettering is all rubbed off the left side here. Auto Trader snap-on over there. There's the ethanol ring. You can see kind of some beat-up marks there from racing at Martinsville. I believe Truex got into him. Excuse me. I believe Truex did get into him a couple of times on the bottom, if I remember right. I mean, I want to say they battled for 10 straight laps, and I do remember Truex, I think, maybe getting off the corner a little wide a couple times. So I'm guessing that's where this came from. Onto our back, we've got Shell, Pennzoil, 22 crew. Up here, you can see we got Create Energy. I think it's Creative Energy. I can't quite see it, but I think it's Creative Energy. There you can see the fuel cell in there, kinda. It is in there. We got the playoff spoiler, Logano on the rear window, and then the confetti all over there. No dent on this. It's underneath the splitter because of the confetti. And there you can see the spot where Truex ran into the back of him after the race and gave him the bump there. Onto the right side, this is gorgeous. Look at this right side. This is where he and Truex are racing to the line. We've got rubber marks here, here, and here. We've got the Goodyear lettering rubbed off. We've got more tire marks along this other right side here. And we got the skirts on the bottom, the rivets. Then we got number 22. No right side window, so you can look right in there. We've got the NBC logo, Monster Energy Playoffs. Right front lettering, that's all rubbed off. We've got a couple tire marks there. We got a couple more here and here. So overall, very, very raced up. Onto the front, we do have the green splitter, and then you can see a few of those marks and rubber stuff on there. And then there you can see the spot from where the front bumper push. Right there was where he got in the back of him, right there on the grill. It looks good. Definitely a really neat piece to see that. Roof flaps do deploy on the top. You can see we've got a little bit of rubber at the front of the roof there. We'll take a look under the hood. This car is awesome. Fantastic diecast. Probably, I don't know, top 2 or 3 of ones Logano's ever had. Yeah, I think my favorite of his. Oh my, hood is a very tight squeeze. That's a good thing. Favorite of his is the All-Star win. After that's the 500 win, just because of the 500. It's not really that good looking. There you can see the blue headers. We've got the other hoses and wires in there as well. in there. We also do have all the other, it doesn't open very far, does it? We do have there we go, the belts, hoses, and wires, well, just more the belts. The hoses aren't really in there. There is kind of a hose, but not a ton of ones, so that is our engine detail there. But anyway, yeah, this was that awesome finish last fall with Truex, where obviously Truex got into the back of him after the race, and I think that was a lot of the people's turning point. A lot of people really disliked Truex. Honestly, they started disliking him through last year. Obviously, as when you win the championship, people will start disliking you. That's part of it. So, but anyway, definitely raced him pretty good to the line here. I'm gonna stick with Truex on the point that he had every right to be pissed, because again, when you pass a guy clean, you don't really deserve to just get punted up the track. I understand why Logano did it. I'm not gonna say Logano, should have done it, but Truex had every right to be mad about it, because you race a guy clean for 10 laps, finally get around him, and the first thing he does in the next corner is give you the punt up the track. It's like, the bump and run. Well, the bump and run is for the faster car to bump the slower car out of the way, not for the slower car to not use brakes and just punt the guy up the track. Basically Truex, if he hadn't been conservative getting into the corner because he knew it was coming, if he had got in hard like he should have, or like he normally would, he'd have been dumped off into the track and had been an exact replay of Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott. That's just how it would have ended. So, again, Logano ended up getting the championship, so he did what he had to do to get that win. But I definitely was on Truex's side on that, in terms of, I think he had every right to be mad, because he set a precedence by racing him clean for 10 laps. And then first thing that happens was he got taken advantage of in the first corner he got cleared of him from. So, this is what the playoffs create. They kind of have this drama and stuff like that. But it also, I think, sets this race was fine. I was obviously kind of sucked for Truex. He got taken out by Johnson on the last lap at the Roval because Johnson made a mistake, and he's mad at Johnson, and everyone says he's a crybaby. And I don't know who wouldn't be mad if they got taken out in the last corner. I don't care if it's on purpose. You're leading the race in the final corner, and somebody took you out. You're gonna be mad. I totally get that. And I think he had every right to be pissed off at Johnson. That's ridiculous to think he wouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying Johnson shouldn't have gone for the win. He should, but to think that Truex should have just been like, oh, okay, that's fine. I mean, he got taken out of, he got a win taken away from him. And this is the same situation. Truex didn't do anything wrong, and yet he got taken advantage of, and he got the win taken away again. So I have no problem with him being upset about that, especially considering how courteous he's been racing people for years. I think that this was the final straw, and he's going to maybe start racing a little different. But I know I can't wait for some of the race wins from this year to come in. That Richmond one is going to look pretty nice, I think, with that short track stuff all over it. And, I definitely don't like the way that some people talk about that Richmond finish of how Joey Logano didn't do anything. He should have just drove him off into the wall and completely destroyed the car. And I'm kind of thinking, I don't think NASCAR quite needs that. They need hard racing, but they don't need flat out just, video game dumping people for the win. I think that really tarnishes what you watch, because nobody wants to see that. As much as we, say that, we don't. We don't want to watch a race where two guys are battling it out. We want those guys to finish 1-2. We don't want them to be battling and one guy end up in last because the other one just flat out took him out, So, as fun as the Roval was, and to get Ryan Blaney's surprise win, I definitely felt like that race was a little on the tarnished side, because we were robbed of a good 1-2 finish between Truex and Johnson. But again, it was still exciting. There's no doubt about it. It's just, I think the better car getting penalized by getting dumped is I don't like that. I'm not a fan of anyone who does the dumping. So, anyway, again, great race one. I highly recommend this one. This is one of the cooler Joey Logano cars out there. I'm not a huge fan of his at all, but I'm a huge fan of NASCAR, and this is going to be one of the more iconic races. So I'm absolutely going to keep it. I also have his Homestead car coming in. As you know, I'm a huge hater, if you call it, of the format, so we won't go into all that. But I do still want to get the championship car. I've got every Homestead car except for Harvick's. So anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. That'll pretty much wrap it up for me. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all in the next Diecast.